Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hello. We're here with some reading sprints. Let me make sure I am copying the right link when I post all of these things to like Twitter and Discord and everything. So, anyways, let's post that.
I love your amazing readathon shirt, Neva. It looks so good.
Thank you so much. I have to film my video today.
Mine needs to get washed because somehow even though I was wearing an apron, it got cooking grease on it. So I'm like, well, I got to put some chalk on that and wash that now.
Mine hasn't arrived yet, but everything takes longer to get to Canada, so we just.
I have to film. I have to film my yellow book rec video with my my 4 yellow books that I own physically.
Mm-hmm.
The rest I'm gonna have to just like put on the screen because they're on my Kindle.
Yeah. I looked through my books and found that I didn't have a lot of purple books that were first books in a series. So I was like, this is a problem.
One of my 4 is Kingdom of Ash. So like unless you've read the rest of Throne of Glass, like are you going to read that? I'm not going to
be pretty lost.
For the reason.
You're maybe you're SOL, man. Like
I'm personally not going to read it, since I'm only on like book 4, but like I mean enough people are rereading it that maybe somebody.
A lot of people have read Throne of Glass.
Yeah. That's part of why I had I put the Bromance Book Club on my list because I was like, well, I'm not reading it, but somebody else might.
Right. And I do have some on my list that I found like through Kindle Unlimited. Like I'm not going to read them, but like somebody else might.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hold on, I have to yell at Aoife because apparently I'm supposed to yell at her if she's not in the comments.
Yeah, because she needs to read.
Yeah, Aoife needs. To be honest, I'm in the same place as Aoife. I have 2 books that I need to finish before the end of the month, and they're both over 500 pages. One of them I've started. One of them I haven't. The one I haven't does not have an audiobook, which is not helping the situation at all.
One of the books that I need to finish has an audiobook. The other one that I need to finish is on. The fuck is my Kindle? Oh, it's on my Kindle all the way back there. You can't see it.
I'm only like 6.5 hours into this 24-hour timer. It has been 3 days since I did an update. Well, I only have an hour left of Out on a Limb, so we're going to finish that today, and then sneak peek or spoiler alert, I'm going to then start Wayward Children, the first book, because she gave me Wayward Children, but like I haven't actually read any of them.
Yeah.
And I have the audio for that, so I was like, I can listen to the audio and clean. I need to keep myself awake until 1 o'clock, like noonish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So because Ari will be home between 6 and 8 p.m. and I need to make sure that I'm like I've taken a nap, but then I'm awake. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after I finish this, I'm starting Wayward Children because I have it on audio.
Are you laughing at Aoife's comment?
I'm laughing at
I was laughing at that a minute ago when I saw it pop in.
I couldn't. I was trying to do it too fast, but there is an actual get in the comments GIF that I need to download to my computer. Yes. It's Brennan Lee Mulligan, and his kind of thing is like whenever. There he is. I love this adorable Irishman. Well, he's not Irish. He is of Irish descent. Anyways, there we go. I posted the GIF so you could also have his delightful face because he's just so much fun. Like maybe one of the only truly good white men. Truly unproblematic.
We found the one.
The one?
We found him.
In theory. It's one of those things you never say for sure because like
you can't because the next thing you know something comes out and you're like, oh well, never mind.
Like everyone has it in them the capability to do something terrible.
Absolutely.
Like where was it? Somebody was like, the research shows that most people are only like either 3 or 6 steps. I think it's 3 steps away from being able to commit murder. Like for every person, there is a perfect 3 steps.
Like a perfect 3 things that would happen. Yeah.
That would happen. And they would be like, you know what? Murder should be legal.
You know, I could see that like as a parent, because if something were like to happen to my child, not that I would say that I would commit murder, but like if you know what I mean, like things would be that important that you would be that serious. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like if you commit murder for your child, that's not murder.
Yeah.
I agree.
I kind of agree. As a parent who would like throw herself in front of her child to protect them, because that's, you know, how it works.
There are maybe a couple of situations where it's like, no, you just have a spoiled child. But in most cases, I think the people are going to like, I kind of support it though.
Mm-hmm. I've always said that if I had to commit murder for my child, I would be smiling in my mugshot. So.
Yeah, no,
it's fine, really.
My mother will deny it, but she would. She would.
Oh yeah, I think most parents would.
Just that's your kid. Like if you got to protect your kid, the other person has like, that's why it drives me nuts when she's like so anti-immigration, because like you would cross like 75 entire countries to get somewhere that we were safe.
Right.
You would have done the exact same
thing.
Sorry. This is not about books. How are we doing this morning? What are we reading this morning? I got distracted. Anyway.
I'm editing.
Okay.
I'm reading Out on a Limb. I'm going to finish this. I only have an hour. I have an hour.
Oh, you'll definitely finish this.
Yeah.
An hour and 15 minutes in this book. Okay? And here's the thing. It's like I am enjoying this book, so it's really taken like all of my self-control to pick up a different book when I'm at work. I've just been watching YouTube at work because I'm like, I can't read my ride book because I can't start. It's like last night, there was no way. That timer would have just...
You were busy at work last night.
Whoa.
I saw your message about it, and I was like, oh no.
We had a concert last night. I don't know who it was, but it seems like Friday nights are like rap concerts. Indie. So like, I think it was last Friday was Snoop Dogg. I don't know who it was tonight, but like when I tell you, we did an $800 hour.
It's a lot of tacos.
Which is how I missed the end of your sprints. Because we got caught up and like the order stopped and I went because I was like, oh, it said that we had 30 minutes. An hour had to have gone by because I went to go look and it said that you had stopped streaming 45 minutes before. And I was like, okay, great. Okay, great. Wonderful. Yeah. Will I ever volunteer to work a Friday ever again? No. I will make sure that I write my time off requests correctly next time. Because what I did was I accidentally asked for the 5th off. I don't know why I did that. Like, I cannot figure out why I asked for the 5th off. Like there's really no reason for me to have done that. But I think what I did was I asked for a Monday off. And then I needed like this next Monday for kickoff sprints for Amazing Readathon. I asked for that off. And I think what I did was I just like wrote on the next Saturday instead of the
Monday.
Saturday because I needed today off. So he was like, well, can you work Friday? And I was like, yeah, sure. That was a mistake. I will never work a Friday ever again.
I don't blame you there.
That's
fun to work. I'm reading A Song for the Void. We'll see how this goes. The writing is not bad. Some of the other stuff. I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about a white man writing about the Opium Wars from a colonial perspective, especially with this one. I'm just like, okay, this is not a vlog about how we whitewash history. when we're the good guys. We're the winners, so that we're the good guys. This isn't about her. This is a vlog about the book. We're going to talk about that, though.
Well, you kind of have to.
Right.
You do. Like, you can't not talk about
You can't
it.
not. Yeah.
Let's see. Brianna is here. We've got a cool gamer. Hey there, Tina. Brianna has 3 books left to finish before Monday.
I love that we're all in the same boat.
I love how we're all just like struggling at the end of the month.
We are. This is probably the most I've struggled at the end of the month in a hot minute.
I'm sitting here like I was planning to have Rise vlog done by Sunday.
Like tomorrow?
Yeah. Like tomorrow. That's not happening. I just want everyone to know this vlog is probably going into August, to be honest. Like, it will not be done by tomorrow.
That's fair. I'm editing my video that was supposed to go up an hour and 45 minutes ago. So, it's fine. Everything's fine.
That's hilarious. I have 3 books that I would like to finish 3 of the books that I am currently reading. Because I have Song for the Void, I have Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which I'm very close to finishing, and I have either the Atlas Paradox or the Cruel Prince, but like the Cruel Prince, I think I'm close enough to the beginning that I could just start it over in August and get the full book on there, So, anyways, I don't know. Aoife is here because I yelled at her. I mean, I don't know. I love how you said hit up my phone. I'm like, I don't have your phone number, but I can Discord you. And I thought I had too many plans for the next 4 days. Listen, if I finish 2 of those books, I will be happy. Just that's how it goes. I have half an hour left in the book I'm reading, and then I want to finish a shorter book. Ro has joined us. Watched Barbie last night. Nice.
Ooh, what did you think?
Yeah. Let's see. Aoife is reading Business or Pleasure, she promises. Brianna's reading Fires of Time for a bit and then switching to audio when she goes to her hair appointment. Oh, nice. We both have hair appointments today. Let's see. Hello, Adriana. Hi. I'm reading The Christie Affair, trying to finish my ongoing reads before August starts. Yeah. I'm trying to, the ones that I'm actually supposed to be reading, I'm trying to finish. Right, when it's like, it's a well-written book, but we do not, no, we don't. Not, especially not like, he's so, and character growth is a thing, but he's so judgy and so wrong about so much. Like, I went and brushed up my knowledge of the history because I don't have a lot of knowledge about the Opium Wars, but I do have a lot of knowledge about the East India Trading Company, or had a lot of knowledge. Like, that was kind of not a special interest, but it was a big theme in a lot of Christian fiction books. And so when I got to be an adult, I was like, okay, I need to like actually research this and get some like perspective on what actually happened and isn't propaganda. So it's one of those things that I was so I do have some knowledge of like how things went down and like what they did specifically in India, but they were also terrible in China. However, by that point it was more the British government because they kind of subsidized and taken over the business because the business was failing. Because they caused an entire famine. Oh, I'm not even talking about West. I'm talking about the narrator himself. Just some of the stuff that he says, I'm like, we don't have to have a main character that's thinking this thing. Like he's not the worst. He's at least understanding of certain things, but like they're going after the pirates. And I'm like, the entire system of these opium wars was built on the British making the opium and supplying it to the people that they're going after so they could smuggle it into China. Like, anyways. Like, you're looking down upon the people that are working for your country, sir. They are working for your country. But anyways, I'm going to work on finishing that. I'm going to read as much of it currently, like now, as possible, because that was the plan for reading sprints. And then I do have to get my hair done later. So I'm going to do that too. Nice. Anyways, I also have a bullet journal full of things that I need to do this weekend. In theory, I made a whole like plan. Ooh. We're doing a productivity weekend vlog. Did I finish?
I feel like everyone needs a productivity weekend.
Yeah,
I need all the sprints this weekend just because I feel like I'm more productive when there are sprints. Like even if it's not reading, although I need to do a lot of reading this weekend, like editing, everything. I get more done when I have a structure to it. Does that make sense?
I swear I'm gonna start, like, I'm just gonna, I don't want to say copy her, but I'm just gonna like do what Jan does. Jan does like a cram vlog every month. So like the last like week of the month, she just like does the things. It's mostly reading, to be honest.
Yeah.
But she just like reads all the books that she needs to finish by the end of, you know what I mean, to see how many of them she can get read in like that last week. I'm about to like be like, listen, I got this idea from Jan.
And do it.
Doing.
I mean, that's how I work half the time. Is it's the end of them. I need to finish these now.
Right.
Do it. It's probably the ADHD.
Probably.
It's now.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. It's kind of like, okay, well, I pushed it off now, and now there's nowhere to push it to. It's just it has to be now.
Right.
Like these are not getting finished in August. Songs of the Void has to be finished in August, obviously. But it's one of those things I'm like, all right. Oh, hey Bree.
Well, that's why I need to finish these two, because each one is like the last book for a video that I want to come out early in August. Like I need to finish both of these books so that they can come out while I'm working on amazing readathon content.
I'm just like to the point where I'm like, I need to be, if I'm not done with Rye's vlog by the 1st, that's fine. Okay? I'm giving myself grace here. But I have to be starting a new book for her vlog before the 1st. Like I cannot be in the middle of a book because I need all of my books to count somewhere for amazing readathon.
That makes sense.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And if I'm a book, it can't count. So we need to be at the beginning of a book.
I'm trying to close up some vlogs this month and next month, and reading the Atlas Paradox would close up one of the vlogs. So anyways,
are you far through the Atlas Paradox?
I'm like 100 pages in.
I can't wait to hear what you think of it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because like my favorite characters is like Libby and Nico. And so I know that there's nothing that's going to happen between them, but like their relationship is my favorite part of the entire like series.
Yeah, they're like they almost have like a sibling relationship, which
they're the most, and Nico is obsessed. I'm like, dude, calm down.
I need to read these books.
So anyways, Bree. Oh, Bree is talking. Never mind. Oh, we have a Z as well. And a Butterflies and Books. Good morning. Starting the day being productive. Took out trash. Loaded a dishwasher. I will be doing this later, but I got an email on my home librarian, so I will be getting those later. My library just called me like 30 minutes ago. So there are more books in at my library besides the 26 I came home with on Thursday.
I would have a panic attack.
I wanted as many options as possible, and a lot of this, some of them are novellas.
Oh, nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I have the most books checked out from the library right now on Libby that I've ever had checked out, but it's literally because, so I didn't realize that apparently like 10 years ago I bought The Secret Life of Bees, but I knew that book. I like it, and no one said we can't reread a book, and I haven't read that book in years. So I was like, that book is yellow. So why did I go check it out from Libby? And when I tried to send it to my Kindle, it told me that I already had the loan. So I was like, how do I have the loan if I've borrowed this from the library? So I went to my Kindle, and it said that I bought this book in like 2010. So I returned it to the library because I was like, clearly I don't need the library.
Clearly.
But I downloaded like 15 or 16 books just from Libby, and that doesn't count. We're not going to talk about how many books I have downloaded on my Kindle. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. Brittany knows because I sent her. Well, she knows when she listens to my voice message.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't think I know.
Bro. Y'all are about, I mean, truthfully, the internet's about to find out because I put a poll up asking if people wanted, like, you know how everybody's doing, like, all the books I have to read on my physical TBR?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be very long if I do that because I don't really have, I mean, I have some, but, like, I don't have a ton of physical, like, really, the most TBR books I have are my Kindle. And so I was like, let me see at 1 o'clock in the morning if people want this. So I put a poll up at 1 o'clock in the morning while I was at work.
I saw that this morning.
It's like 97% of people want this. And I'm like...
And they also do pretty well as far as videos go.
Yes. So. But I may die from the embarrassment of how many books I have to read on my Kindle.
I mean, I have 140 something, so on my physical TBR. So, like, you're in good company. Brianna has a ridiculous amount, if I remember correctly. Like more than me.
I think my physical, I'd have to count, but like just like looking at my shelf, I would say my physical TBR is probably, it could be more than 50, but it's probably like in the ballpark of 50 physical TBR books.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I started buying physical books again, I was really like good somehow about reading them. But the Kindle books, see, I buy them or download them.
They're kind of out of sight, out of mind.
They just sit there. So I like forget that I have them.
Honestly, we don't talk about the amount of books that I have on my physical TBR. We're just not even going to discuss it.
Brianna, I wasn't trying to call you out. I was trying to make Neva feel less like there was something wrong with however many books she has on her Kindle TBR because there's nothing wrong with it.
Here's the thing. I'm just gonna say the number and then we're gonna move on. Okay? Okay? Because the amount of books that I downloaded from my Kindle is actually embarrassing. All right. Are y'all ready?
Hit me.
472.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Of unread books. I
have more on my physical TBR.
But that doesn't count.
472.
Brittany, what? Okay, whoa. We gotta talk about how Brittany has more than 400 books under her physical TBR.
I was almost gonna talk about mine. We're just, but I will make you feel better. You can't call out Brianna. I'm just as bad.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I would say that like 20 of those right now are library books. I'm not counting that like when I talk about the books that I need to read, but I am counting anything that I have downloaded from Kindle Unlimited. Mm-hmm. And because Mr. Reading with Neva finally returned his book that I let him check out with one of my Kindle Unlimited checkouts, because that's true love. I now am back to 20 books on Kindle Unlimited. So, listen, I had a crisis when I found out that he had checked out a book on Kindle Unlimited and didn't tell me. And I was like, did you take my, like, one of my slots? And he was like, is it a big deal? And I was like, yes.
A little bit, yes.
It is actually.
I've already set him up with his own Kindle Unlimited account.
Brianna says that's still small fry.
Oh yeah, especially for a Kindle. I was expecting you to say more than that.
Yeah. Okay. Butterflies and Books would like some help with choosing their book. Choices are The Wrong Bride by Catherine Mara, Obsession by Kayla Rain / Meg Ann, Play Fake by Maggie Rodden, and Give Me a Reason by A.L. Jackson. I am feeling like either the first one or the last one. The last one makes me think of Pink's song Just Give Me a Reason.
Ooh, that's a good reason. I was thinking Play Fake, but I think Margaret has brought me over to Give Me a Reason.
The Wrong Bride just sounds hilarious. So
I think I'm going with Give Me a Reason too.
Numbers, Helen, or It Doesn't Count. No one has more unread books on their Kindle than me because we just found out that people have thousands sometimes. Butterflies and Books wants to know how many books you can check out on Libby. I can check out 10, I think.
It depends on the library.
No, wait, I can put 10 on hold. I can check out 7.
So it depends on the library for me. Most of my library, so I have 5 libraries. Mm-hmm. to. Technically, 2 of those libraries are the same library system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it will prompt me to like download it from the Power library system instead of the Exclusive library system. It's stupid. So on most of them, I can check out up to 10. But on, I think it's the Seattle one, I can check out up to 20.
Yeah.
Thing.
Nice.
I know like my home state, like where I currently live, which is Indiana. I can check out up, or I can do up to 10, but I can do 20 holds. Okay, so Broward County and the Indianapolis library, and then my Iowa library, those 3 cards I can check out up to 10, but my Iowa library card I can only hold up to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then my Ormond library card from Florida, which I don't really use because I'm sorry, but their Libby system sucks. I can hold 5 and loan 5, but then Seattle I can check out up to 10, but hold up to 25. So most of them are I can check out up to 10 at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. We got another vote for The Wrong Bride. So you've got 2 votes for Give Me a Reason and 2 votes for The Wrong Bride. So I don't see. What are you reading this morning, Bree?
I am almost done. Here There Are Monsters. I'm in the last third of that. And then Nothing But Black and Teeth, I am not super far into. But it's short. So I'm planning on finishing both of these. And then I would like to finish another book today as well.
Yeah.
Because I have 3 left after these 2. But the next book is going to be relatively short, like 200, 250 pages. So I should be able to do it. But I'm not exactly sure which book it's going to be yet. So we'll see if I get that far while we're sprinting.
Not bad, not bad. Let's see. Hey, Joshua, welcome. Yes, the sprint's just started. We've just been chatting. Butterflies and Books says, I'll go with Give Me a Reason for now. It's funny because the font is pink, so I can't help but think of the pink song too.
Oh, it's perfect.
Okay. Hey, Nicole, welcome. Just gone midnight here. I was up way too late last night. We stayed up, Brianna and I stayed up till like 2 a.m. My time, not her time, because we were watching Taylor Swift.
I mean, that's a good reason.
Yeah. There was a chance that she might announce something last night. And so I was just like, at the very worst, I can stay up and watch the surprise songs because it's 2 a.m. I stay up till 2 a.m. regularly. I'm regretting it now. I've got an exhaustion headache, but that's fine. Might take a nap in this first sprint. Might make some tea and not take a nap. Nicole is curled up in bed. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. So speaking of what I'm about to do, let's go ahead and pull up a timer. There's so many things I need to work on. I have 712 videos on my channel. That's a lot of videos. Give me a second. Where is the timer? I really do need to make an updated timer here that's further up in my watch later. There we go. I also need to update this stupid thumbnail. Okay, let's do 45 minutes. I keep, every time we go on to do the sprints, I'm like, I should update the thumbnail so it matches my other sprint thumbnail. And then I don't. So anyways. Okay, does 45 minutes sound good to everybody? Good. Let me pull this in. Did we get what everyone's doing / reading before I derail? I think so, right?
I think so.
Perfect. I love the fact that this, because of the way the colors go, this is the color that was my original channel color.
Mm-hmm.
The original purple that I use for my channel. And let's do it this way because this one's prettier. Can you see the timer? No, that's fine. Y'all don't need to see the timer. You just need to read. 3, 2, 1, mute your mics. Welcome back. Give me a second to sit down. What did I do? What have I done? Okay, got it. Figuring out how I put my blanket down every time is just like. So if anyone wants to know how reading this book is going, I don't know what type of horror this is. Holy fuck. I don't know what type of horror this is, but I just made the note. I hope he gets eaten. This is the second time I've made that note about this character. So, like, I know he's an antagonist and he's supposed to be terrible, and like he is definitely like there are some things that could be improved here, but at least in this conversation, I think the author's doing a good balance of balancing the white supremacist talking points of the time, kind of the American elitism, the European elitism, Western elitism of the time, with like our narrator's thoughts of just like, oh my god, I want to, like I'm surprised this man has not been stabbed yet. He's going to get stabbed. He's going to get himself stabbed because he's absolutely terrible, and very American. So like I can't even be mad about it.
I was gonna say, you won't be mad when it happens.
Like, yes. No, it's one of those things. I'm like I know there were people in the time that thought this way, especially with the U.S. because there was so much immigration from China at this time as well. So like, anyways, but it's still making me annoyed. Sarah joined us. Hey there. Starting Payback a Witch on audio today and hoping to finish her diamond painting. Beth joined us. Good morning. No such thing as late. The only time that's late is when the sprint is over. And even then, there's another sprint coming. So, listening to Moon of the Crusted Snow and crocheting some more. I gotcha. Rye is here. Hey, Rye. I see you updated your profile picture to a green shirt. We love it. Hey, Matt. Hello. I want to finish Damascus today. So I need all the sprint help I can get. I feel that. I feel very accomplished. I made my grocery list in that sprint, and then I came up and I read some number of pages. I can do math. Hold on. Oh, I read 14 pages in the few minutes we had left. So, Cal joined us. Hello, Cal. So, I just, can I have pictures of the dogs? Since you can't join us and show us the dogs in person, we would like.
Are there new dogs?
No, there are not new dogs. I just like pictures of the dogs.
No, that's fair. I just thought there were new dogs, and I was like, what happened? What has happened?
Listen,
I know that would be very exciting. Did I miss something?
Cal and Brianna are my people where if I need pictures of pets.
The puppies are so cute.
Been tough day. Julie joined us. Hello and welcome, Rachel. Thank you for joining, guys. Let's see. Butterflies and Books read 10 pages. Joshua got to 40 pages. Rachel, you are a better person than I am because I don't script any of my videos. I should. I really should for some of these.
I promise you that as a person who tried to script herself, when she was running a podcast, me and scripts. No. I scripted myself one time for the podcast that me and my dad were doing because it was like super at the beginning of the podcast, but somebody left a comment on the podcast. Don't read. I hate comments, people. But someone left a comment on the podcast that basically like said that I sounded uneducated and stupid. That's basically what it said. And I, who does not do things, like the most that I had ever done was like theater and singing on a stage. So I was like, wow, clearly I sound uneducated. So I will just script my entire next thing. We had to reshoot that episode because I sounded so unnatural that it, like, my dad was like, it literally sounds like someone is like threatening your life.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a gun to your head.
What is happening? Because I just, all of the natural filler words like ums and stuff, like we can edit those out, right? And that was basically what she was saying, made me sound uneducated because
oh, shut the fuck up.
I have ADHD and my brain moves faster than my mouth, so I have to think before I can form words. And my dad was like, I would rather have to edit out some filler words than, he said that I just sat here like this the entire time. And then every time I would speak, I would read straight off of my paper.
Yeah. I used to do a better job of like having bullet points of things that I wanted to talk to and like the order that I wanted to talk to, because I think for the most part, like a lot of what we do, at least, scripting can be hard. Now Rachel takes extensive notes, so that, like, she goes into such depth and detail. Like, I understand needing like a script and needing all of that.
Absolutely.
Because I think, with the stuff that Rachel does on her channel, like the problematic authors segment stuff, she has to have it. You know what I mean? Because,
you gotta be able to reference stuff.
When I was podcasting, we were, which I feel like I should like do my own podcast. I kind of miss podcasting, but I always had like direct facts that I needed, because we did true crime, so it was all case stuff. So like direct facts I needed were always kind of scripted, because they were written out in such a way
because you needed to read them.
That if I just read them, it still sounded like natural. But then if there was things that I wanted to add in, those were just bullet points underneath to make sure that I hit those things. But they weren't really written out like the facts would be. You know what I mean?
I need to go back to putting a little bit more effort into making some of my videos, just because it's one of those things I'm like, this is probably part of what's holding me back. So hopefully that will make things easier for me. Tina listened to 28 minutes of An American in Scotland by Lucy Connolly. I have 9 minutes left, so I'm going to finish that now. We will probably still be here when you finish it, so just like let us know. Rye cleaning. I have two entire Rye. My to-do list has two entire, like, this is just cleaning stuff I need to do. This is specifically stuff I need to do in my room, because I started like just getting like this. Was like, oh, I need to do that. I should write these down. As much of that as can get done today is possible. Let's see. Matt read 30 pages of Camp Damascus. I want to read that so bad. Do I have time to read it? Will it fit any of the stuff that I want to read next month? No, it won't. But I want to read it really badly. Cal, I have to make a masterpiece of a 12-hour playlist for an upcoming road trip with my mom. Well, as someone who has been blessed by listening to your playlist before, I feel like this is going to be an easy breezy thing for you, Cal. I think you're gonna knock this one out of the park. We got to thank you. The dog photos have been sent, mostly Porto, because he's been extra silly lately. Portobello is just, he is so funny to meet in person, because he looks a little leggy on when you see him on video, but like he is like almost a gremlin of a dog, and it's amazing that mixed with a golden retriever, because he's a dog, but he looks like something wearing a dog suit. So he's lovely and wonderful, and wants you to throw things in the house that are not appropriate to be thrown in the house. But he kept bringing me like his hard bone. I'm like, bro, I can't. This is a wooden floor. It's gonna clatter. So, then Cassie brought me a rubber bone, and I thought it was Porto, so I kind of pushed. I didn't realize. I'm like, oops, I didn't realize. I would have thrown that for you, Cassie. Let's see. I scripted the videos for the amazing reading-a-thon, and it sounds so bad. I'm definitely terrible at doing videos from a script. Yeah, it's something that you have to practice, honestly. Like, you've gotta, there's a reason why plays have rehearsals. You know what I mean? There's a reason that we people go over stuff over and over and over and over again. And it's because, honestly, like, the practice is what makes it feel so natural.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Hey, Rope Crewman, doing well. We have a few sprints left. I do have to leave a little bit earlier than normal today because I'm getting my hair done, and I also need to stop by the library before, because usually, like, I go to an Aveda school because, number one, it's cheaper. Number two, I get to learn. And so sometimes it can take a lot longer than it should to get my hair done, which I'm fine with. So, like, I had one time I got there at like 2 and I didn't leave until 6. And this service is supposed to take like an hour and a half. Which is fine. Aoife's reading things. Aoife read 40 pages.
Yay,
Aoife! For Aoife.
We're all just so excited. We're like, yeah, Aoife!
Did he just wake up?
Yeah.
You look a little sleepy, buddy. That's okay. I wouldn't want to talk to him either. Rose Crewman says Neva has a podcast. What is it about? Where can we find it? It sounds like Neva has a podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still up. You can go listen to it if you want. First season is a little rough, just so y'all know. I think there's 4. I think we did 4 seasons, maybe 5. I don't remember. It's on all major podcasting platforms, so Spotify, Apple Music.
And
I think it might even be on Audible, to be honest. It's called A Day with Crime.
A Day with Crime. Okay.
And it will have my full name on it, which is Geneva. But it will also say, it says like David and Geneva McClam on the thumbnail. I think it's like a bright pink. Here, I can pull the thumbnail up.
Okay.
But yeah, it's on all major podcasting streams. We're not currently podcasting because
hold on, because I think, give me just a second. Let me pull Twitter up.
It looks like this.
Sorry, Cal is in my mentions being ridiculous. Okay, A Day with Crime. Okay, let me see if I can. What the fuck is going on with this? Because I know.
Also,
you have a link in your Twitter, which I have up right now.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. And also, please do not judge the cover art that we have. I designed it.
I think it's lovely. I mean, I follow your podcast.
Oh wow, I'm honored.
I probably started following it ages ago.
You probably started following it because I used to play it all the time.
Yeah.
At one point, we were gonna bring it back, and then he never works with me on when he wants to bring it back. So I've just kind of given up on bringing it back. I have thought about doing like my own podcast just because podcasting. I will say though, the first season for sure is rough. Like I sound like I don't know what I'm doing because I do. So
that's part of the experience. So the podcast is this is the Twitter at least. But the podcast is A Day with Crime.
Yeah.
And it's funny. True crime is so tricky because I love true crime, especially when there's stuff that you can like learn from it. But like I've watched a few where it's like you're talking about this brutal murder and like you're being respectful about it, but you're specifically just talking about this thing we can't learn from. It's just a random thing that happened.
Yeah. So our podcast, we purposely made it like family friendly, so like we don't. Yeah. Which, just so everyone knows, that was a feat for me. Because I cuss, like in real life, I cuss like a sailor, bro. Like, I cuss, like you can ask Brittany, she knows. I cuss so much. Like, even in writing, like I cuss a lot. So, my dad was like, we really need to make this family friendly, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, it's true crime. So, like, there are cases where we had to give, like, warnings at the beginning.
Yeah.
But the language was clean. Like, the amount of cuss words he had to cut out because I would slip up and like get heated about something and then like cuss, and he would be like, we're gonna have to re-record that because you said, and I'd be like, I did, and he'll be like, yeah, like it's just part of my language, okay. But also I was really big about focusing on victims and not necessarily on the perpetrators. Now, some cases that we did, like when we did this, I think we did like a serial killer segment. We couldn't really help but actually focus on the perpetrator because a lot of the information you find is specifically about that person. Yeah. But when we covered the murder of Molly Tibbetts, which I don't know. It's a case out of Iowa. It happened a couple of years ago, 2021, I think. I focused, like, that hit really close for me because I'm from Iowa. I think I mentioned the perpetrator's name, like the man that did it. Like, I'm pretty sure I mentioned his name and then was like, but I don't really want to focus on him because I hate him.
Like, one of the ones I watched, there was a woman that she was kidnapped on her way home on her bike. And like she's talking about all of these details. And I was like, this is a random occurrence that like all it's going to do is like, there's nothing in here that we can learn from this situation that can help us examine society. You know, like, it was just about this woman that got kidnapped, and I'm not going to go into how she died, but basically, dude was trying to start like a sex dungeon type thing or something with her, and it was like, this is just going to start. This just is going to make women be afraid when we're already afraid enough. And this is something that happens very rarely. Very rarely is it a random stranger that you do not know that kidnaps you and kills you.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
And I mean, we definitely covered cases that we were like just we definitely covered things that we were just like interested in, but we also covered things that we like that had some kind of substance to it.
Yeah.
Because like we did cover when the Crime Junkie podcast, when their plagiarism allegations came out, we talked about that.
Ooh.
And we talked about it. A lot of people didn't like that episode because I approached it as a fan, like a person that listens to that podcast, because at that time I was listening. My dad came about it from a different direction because he had listened to it, but wasn't necessarily like an avid listener. But then we covered, I think we attempted to do Shane Dawson and the file corrupted, so we scrapped it. But we did cover Micah Stauffer, which she made like mainstream news because she's terrible. But
I know what's going on. I think that's probably what got me into some of the true crime that's showing up on my YouTube page.
Yeah, because she was a YouTuber, like mommy vlogger, whatever. That they like adopted a child and
he was autistic, I believe.
Yeah, and then they like decided it was too much. So I hate this wording as like a birth mom. I hate this wording, but it's what they say. They rehomed him, essentially.
Which that was the best thing that could happen for that child based on some of the stuff that she did. Like
the best thing to happen for Baby H was for him to be rehomed.
Like just the idea, like having he probably was re-traumatized by the fact that he was traumatized by living with them, but if people don't know, Micah Stauffer is the one that like they would put duct tape on his hand so that he would stop sucking his thumb, and they would like lock him in a closet. So it was terrible.
And he lived with them for 4 years. It's not like they had him for like 6 months and then were like, this is too hard. He lived with them for 4 years.
Yeah, which sometimes that does happen with adoptions. You see it happen a lot of the time where I work with family members that adopt, where they'll be like, oh yeah, absolutely. I will take this child's, I will take my grandchildren, I will take my niece or nephew. And then the reality of the financial and the time and all of that hits them, especially when you see kids that do have complex medical issues. And unfortunately, the foster care system or DCF is what I specifically work with.
Yeah.
They do not have the support in the way that they need to be able to support families. Yeah. And so like, you'll especially see a lot of the time with grandparents who want to take their grandkids and then they end up not being able to keep up with them. And because it's like, if it was just grandparents taking their grandkids, it'd be fine. Like if they were just taking it, but because DCF is also involved, things get complicated, which on the one hand, at least there's the support there for if the child needs a new home. Because I've had a couple where they were like really medically needy. And so they had to, like, grandparents tried, but they just could not. Yeah. And I'm talking like there was one little girl that was taken from her mom because mom wasn't managing like her diabetes correctly. And it was like a severe case of diabetes. Yeah. But like they still at least were able to get the child with a home where the caregiver was more versed, more medically capable, and like they had more of that knowledge. Yeah. But like it's just like when you know the Martha Stopper situation, it doesn't seem like they specifically wanted a special needs child, and it wasn't with good intent from the beginning.
And that's the problem is like, because at first, like when it first hit, I was like, okay, maybe this was just a case of like they adopted this child, didn't know things, blah 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 blah. Yeah. But then like I dug into it. I was like, they specifically told you that this child is special needs, and you were still like, oh, it's fine. God will show us the way, whatever. And I was like, ma'am. And then she came out later and was like, they didn't tell us anything.
I mean, I could understand them like downplaying some of the behaviors potentially.
But as a parent in the community, that was the most frustrating thing that I had ever seen when it happened. I was so irate. I'm not gonna lie. I was so irate.
As a for those
her mom said, when you leave that orphanage, that is your child, because she also had adopted a little, like the YouTuber was from China, or was adopted from China. And she was further behind developmentally than she should have been, just because of a lot of the neglect that goes there because they're so overcrowded.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like mom was like, well, I never for once thought about giving you back. I just went, okay, how do we help her thrive?
As you do when you have when you birth a child.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And as like, here's the thing, like as a birth mom, and I remember I talked about this like in the podcast, because like I was so emotional about this like whole thing when it happened. Like I was so upset because I was like, as a birth mom, so for anybody who doesn't know, I have Ari, who is not here right now, and then but I have 3 sons that are older than Ari. Okay, there you go. Okay, so when they were adopted by their mom, who's their mom, right? Okay. When this happened, I was like, this could literally have been my kids. Mm-hmm. Let me fight you. Like, please, like, where do you live? I'm coming to your house. Yeah. Not really. Do not sue me. But I'm just saying, like, I was just like, why? Like, what is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it was entirely for the benefit of them having this adoption story on their channel. I feel.
Oh, it definitely was.
It was content, and she didn't think that anyone would say anything about the fact that she was clearly,
which I don't understand how you would think that.
Well, and the thing is like she didn't even make an announcement about it until. Like, I didn't follow her. I didn't even know who she was until. But from what I can understand, she didn't even say anything about it. Like, she wasn't going to mention it. And then people started asking where this child was.
Yeah.
So you weren't even going to say anything until someone asked. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Cal, he was.
Yeah.
Which... like I said, I can believe them thinking that they were prepared and maybe not knowing the full extent of the situation. Like that happens with adoptive parents all the time. But like the way that she handled the situation and the stuff that went on before they adopted him, like there were not entirely pure motives going on here. Like it was not entirely altruistic. So anyways, let me get us back on track because sorry. Hold on. Okay, Brianna is out here doing my job for me. Don't forget to like the stream. Yes, I am trying to get me monetized. For reasons that I cannot discuss just yet, because some of the people involved don't know all of the details. So, and they do watch my channel, so. Anyways, Brianna is cleaning this afternoon during Boozy Sprints and also tomorrow. Yes, I know, we've talked about that. I have my list for tomorrow, Brianna. Thank you from Cal. That's for the the thing. It is not a Marvel comic. It is a mug my mother got me that says, on one side it says, I'm left-handed, what's your superpower? And on the other side it has a little hole up here, which is actually very easy to overcome. You just put your lip on it. But it says, warning, use of this mug in a right-handed manner could be hazardous to your clothes. My mom wanted to get me that as a shirt, and then my brother was like, no, you need to get her a mug. Margaret likes mug. Yes, there are sprints on Cal's channel after this at 3 o'clock, right? Is what you guys decided? Reading things. Yes, come see the creature in a dog suit in person. I love him. He is the best. He's also a little weird. Oh, that little cheering squad. Oh my God. Cal said that Kaiden just became a whole ass person. When did that happen?
No, I know. He talked so much.
Yeah.
So much. Like he has better vocabulary, and like he speaks in phrases and everything, not just like one word, like better than a lot of 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Eldest children can be like that. Because they don't have an older sibling to like, communicate for them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like that. My oldest daughter was like that.
Yeah. All his little friends at church, like they're physically bigger than him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like head and shoulders above them in terms of like communication and all of that.
Yeah.
Like he talks way more. It's so crazy. He's like he's the smallest, but the verbal one.
Tina finished their book, 5 stars. We love to see it. Amal joined us reading Moonshot and listening to Next Door by we don't have I have psychological thriller, so maybe I'll do enough. Rope Crewman wants to know if we can judge the cover art positively for your they actually like the cover art for your podcast, Eva.
Oh, I mean, listen, I also like it. I was just saying, if you don't like it, don't judge it, because I made it like 4 years ago. But honestly, that cover art was the first thing I ever made in Procreate.
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly think it turned out pretty well for not knowing what the hell I was doing, to be honest.
I need to get myself my iPad so I can get Procreate, because I need to get an iPad anyways at some point for insurance season. And yeah, I might as well get one and do that. But anyways, retrieving books, or Cal says 3 p.m. is correct. Speaking of sprints, shall we do another one? We've been talking for a minute. We've covered a variety of subjects.
I probably won't finish this sprint, but
you're gonna get close.
We're really close.
Like, so close. Because I read like 48 pages that time. So I have about just a little over that now.
I mean, if you want to keep yourself muted for a minute and like finish, no one will judge you. Oh, how did the rest of us do, by the way? I think we got into the comments and didn't even check in with y'all.
Well,
I edited.
I have 40 minutes of my book left.
Nice.
I am 7 hours into this timer.
Progress.
You got this.
I will probably finish in this sprint and then start the first. Is it Wayward Children? Am I saying that right? I don't know. But the first one. I don't know.
Planning on binging that series for the 48 hours.
Hopefully these audiobooks are good, because I need an audio so I can clean.
They are good. I've listened to the first one.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
I considered getting those for some stuff that's going to be happening later next month, but I was out of holds. And like I've read the first one, and I wasn't like it was good, but it wasn't my thing.
Mhm.
I was like, I need more. Although considering that the series is continuing, I just needed more of the story.
Mhm.
And then a lot of the books follow the two of the characters. I was like, you're okay, but I'm not the most invested in you. I would rather know about these other people.
That's fair.
So I might read those for that, but I may not. Anyways, let's pop this back up. Boom. And let me which tab is it? There we are. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
You're still muted, Margaret.
Muted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only hit one of the buttons I needed to hit. How did everyone do? I got 15 pages read. And unloaded the dishes.
I finished my book.
Yay!
Yay.
Feelings? Concerns?
I'm giving it 5 stars, bro. I wasn't going to, but here we are. Okay, so I don't love I don't love a pregnancy trope. I really do not.
Mm-hmm.
But like the whole book is a pregnancy trope, so like there's no like, you know what I mean? Like you have to have it for the story, which is fine. I'm truly giving this 5 stars for the fact that this author wrote a book about 2 people that had a one-night stand and accidentally got pregnant, and there was no third act breakup. So
Wow.
We appreciate that so much.
We're giving her 5 stars. Also, the one, Britt, that you and I are going to read, that Next of Kin book, is by this same author.
Oh, nice.
This is the same person. So yeah, we're giving it 5 stars. So we're doing great. Also, we're 7 hours and 45 minutes into our timer. So wonderful. Also, I'm probably going to take a nap.
Take that nap. I don't blame you. How did everyone else do?
I got my video up, so it's done. It's edited. It's up. So now I can read.
Yes, I saw it go up.
Is it your TBR one?
Yeah.
Okay, great, because I saw it and I saved it. So
it is my TBR. It's my August TBR, which was not as I was hoping it would be nice. And 10 books is not what I would consider nice, but that's fine. It's fine. Everything's going to be fine.
It'll probably fit into Amazing Readathon. So
that's what I'm hoping. So now I can read. Yay.
Yay! Get that book finished. Stop it.
Yeah, I have a lot of this book to read, so.
Nice.
I'm going to get through it.
Yeah. I'm going to have some things to say in the vlog when we go to this next sprint.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's some stuff that I think he's handling decently for, like, what he's writing. And some of it I'm like, oh, you're following it into a lot of tropes, my friend. So, Rope Crewman wants to know if you have read Lies of Locke Lamora before and how is it?
I have not read it before. This is my first time. It took a while for me to get used to it. The writing style took a minute. It took me a minute to know because it moves in time quite a bit, and it just took me a second to like settle into it. But now that I have settled into it, I am enjoying it. I am only 18% in, so I really just feel like I've just started to settle into it now at about like 15 to 18%. So, but now that I'm starting to enjoy it more. It took a second to get used to the style of it for sure, and the timelines and how it was being told took me a minute.
Nice. Tina Simone said, my August TBR is like 13 books of buddy reading book clubs.
Fair.
I have one buddy read planned for next month. And that's the Little Thieves buddy read that we're doing.
That is in my TBR video, is Little Thieves. I got it on the TBR.
Yep. I mean, your books are blue. So.
And I need a book over 500 pages, and it's 512 pages. And I was like, perfect. Great. Yep.
I feel like I should join this so I can be held accountable to read this book.
You should.
They've got a thread started in the buddy read section on Amazing Readathon. I'm not sure if that's where we want to do it or if we want to try something different. But yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Okay, great. Well, someone tell me when I'm supposed to start it, and I'll start it. Because I have it on my Kindle. I have both books on my Kindle.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we need to find a prompt that it fits first.
I agree.
It's hard. So, let's see. How did everyone else do?
I read 40
pages. 40 pages?
Mm-hmm.
You're almost done then.
Yep. I will finish during this next sprint.
Beautiful. Which will be the last sprint, just so everyone's aware, I think. Because I need to get ready to go and head out, and I used to have to stop by the library and everything. Tina Simone started and read 33% of Wildlife, Warrants, and Weapons by Tanya Kappas while making iced tea. Rope Crewman didn't read. I've been watching the Futurama Xmas special with an evil Robo Santa.
Yeah.
Cal is almost through all the songs, starting with AL for his playlist. That is dedication. Matt made it to page 162 of Camp Damascus. Hello, Annalisa. How are we doing? You are halfway through your book. How's everyone else doing today? I'm doing good. My headache's finally gone. That's nice.
That is nice.
No.
I'm good.
So,
Good.
nice. Yeah. Butterflies of Book 20 as the sprint ended. Got to page 20 as the sprint ended. Really enjoying it so far. It's forced proximity, workplace, dark romance, maybe. Nothing to indicate the last one yet. Julie made lunch and read more Shipwrecked. We read that. Butterflies and Books really wants to read Lies of Lamora. Me looking at my potential TBR. Again, someone brought home 26 books from the library. That's not counting the 3 that she already had still here. And she's going to pick up more.
Options? So it's just all options?
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I need to figure out, there's a bunch of people that are wanting to read Little Thieves. And I'm feeling like we just need to, when a prompt drops, we just need to go, okay, we're going to this is the prompt.
I agree. I think as soon as, the first prompt it works for, we all just go, Little Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, we could start the month with Little Thieves because it would work for what we've seen, potentially. But I need to read other books. Little Thieves for the first 6 prompts. So if
we just have to decide if we just start the month with Little Thieves?
That's what I'm saying. Should we just start Little Thieves on the first of the month?
I just read this comment and just read it as it fits 6 prompts. I didn't see the word first. The first is actually very important to know, though.
Yeah, I think we can do that, or we can do. I am doing a book shopping video for my August TBR, and also have my Aurelian TBR in there. Will I do it? I don't know. I feel like we either start on August 1st or whichever prompt drops. If there's a prompt that drops before this next weekend, we just spend next weekend with it. If there's a prompt that drops in. So.
Oh, so either prompt 1 or prompt 2.
Yeah, either prompt 1 or prompt 2. I do technically have another book that I need to have finished by Friday.
Depending on when they fall. Depending on when they drop. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because the thing is if we start it on the 1st, we have 3 days during the week. But if we start it on whenever the next prompt starts,
I think that makes more sense.
For the weekend, then we have the whole weekend to read it together.
Okay, so we'll plan for prompt 2.
I will start. Listen, Brianna, I would let you just I feel like, and this is someone who is definitely let's all band together and take down the blue team.
Hey, rude. Hold on. I cannot.
I would say, I feel like you should just that, whatever, when we decide to do Little Thieves, I think you just should automatically be allowed to go on the blue team for that prompt.
That's fair.
I just opened a letter with all the bookish stickers on it.
Ooh.
And then I opened it up, and they sent me bookish stickers too.
Fun.
They're so cool.
Love it. Let's see.
I just know that when it comes to buddy reads, I have to be told when I'm supposed to start the book.
If we line it up with a prompt, just because we know we have to read a book for the prompt. So it just makes sense to fit it in with it.
And I highly suspect that there will be one that drops before next weekend.
So we're just
on the fact that the prompts have to drop every 2 or 3 days if she's getting all 10.
If we're getting 10, yeah, because there's 10, right?
There's 10 cities plus potentially other stuff.
Oh yeah, with like some bonus stuff going on.
Yeah, bonus stuff that's going to be going on.
I don't know anything about bonus stuff, but I'm sure that's probably accurate.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get back to comments though. Rope Cream and currently reading a stack of 5 different books. I feel you. I have a shelf in front of my bed, and every time. Granted, one is a manga and one is a graphic novel, but the similarities in there. I'm just saying, you should just automatically be blue team when we start the Little Thieves buddy read.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like, I think we've got 3 different teams here, and we all say go for it.
You could switch your spinner wheel to all blue for that time, so you still spin the wheel. It's just blue on every side.
I think Brianna said the first prompt is going to drop 31st. Yes, I do believe, because we're starting at kickoff sprints. Am I correct? Am I incorrect? Brianna, help.
Yeah, I believe we're starting on kickoff sprints.
I was going to say, like,
technically on Monday, the 31st.
Yeah, like that's why my goal is to finish the books this weekend, because I would like to get started on my Amazing Readathon stuff on Monday. What is the current ratio for the Amazing Readathon, deciding where to pledge my allegiance? The purple team. The blue team is 3 times the size of every other team at this point. So, like, literally, like, number one, you could go with the purple team because that's where I am. But green, red, and yellow all need a little bit of help too.
I'm struggling with how to phrase my thoughts.
All I'm saying is,
because we are large and in charge. I'm not gonna lie. We're large.
Every sprint that I've been on since I got this shirt, I have worn the shirt.
Yep. I will say, blue team did have a slip for the size the blue team did have a slightly disappointing reaction to my my recommendations video. Slightly disappointing. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see where we are with this, because I know purple team is not on top. Okay, at this point, y'all, blue team's not doing too bad. Purple team is beating out green and yellow's reactions though. But nobody has taken red's top spot just yet. That went out, and like red team was like on it. So y'all have some time to catch up, I think, if you want to get higher in the rankings, in my personal rankings. So
that's fair. So I'll go into our team chat and be like, go watch Margaret's video.
Right now.
We're losing. Right now. We're huge. We have no reason to be losing.
Yeah, you are losing to a team that is one of the smallest teams currently.
There's no reason for this behavior.
Yeah. Although, since I'm doing it in the first 24 hours, I don't know if that'll do y'all much good, but we'll see where you guys can get to by the weekend. So, anyways, I'm skipping that. I'm not singing that out loud, Rope Crewman. The readathon technically starts Monday night or midnight your time zone. I believe it's blue, purple, green, yellow, red, but red was only one behind last night for team sizes. According to, like, you can always go in, if you're curious, you can go into the choose your team under important info.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, it's blue, purple lost some people. Wow. It's blue, purple and yellow, red, and green. Brianna may be going by signups, though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think she's going by
the Discord. Not like everybody's in the Discord, which...
Yeah, I understand. So anyways, purple team, get on it. Go watch my video some more, because currently blue team and red team are definitely beating you, just so you are aware. Yeah. And you're just barely, like, you and green team and purple team are tied currently for the first 13 hours of the video. So anyways, I may need to get on Instagram and be like, purple team, go watch the video if you want to beat these teams.
That's what I was just supposed to say. I'm going to have to go tell the blue team to, like, amass. We are large. Go.
I appreciate it. Oh, goodness. That was my hair. Okay, so let's do... This is going to be our last sprint, so let me put that banner up there. That's not it. The banner up there.
I'm going to
leave. Sorry?
I'm going to leave you and take a nap.
Leave us and take a nap, please.
Because I definitely have not slept yet. Like, and I got home from work at 5 o'clock this morning.
Yes, Margaret doesn't use the watch time. She is 700 hours away from 4,000.
So close.
So close.
So what you're saying is when I'm not on sprints this week, I should just watch your sprints on repeat.
You could. But let's see. Brianna says the points are averaged though. So the points are averaged. You do, when you have the biggest team, you do have to worry about, is everyone going to be active? Whereas with the smaller teams, you do tend to have more people be active. So yes, thank you very much, Rope Crewman. I appreciate that. Mostly I did it just because I had recommendations for books other than just my team.
That was a great idea.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just going to recommend books for everybody. Anyways, so let me get the timer set up. I'm off to watch the purple video, BRB. Listen, if anyone has
sprint,
sorry.
During the sprint, everyone go watch your color.
Go watch your team color real quick. They're 5-minute videos, so it is not a long video. Okay, got that done. There is that. All right, is everybody ready? Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Mute your mics. Welcome back.
Hello.
How did everyone do?
Honestly, I did nothing in that sprint. I was parenting for most of that sprint, which is something, actually. It's not nothing.
That's not nothing. That is something that is productive.
It was something that needed to be done, but that was all that was accomplished.
Yeah. I read 19 pages, and I'm waiting for when this horror novel gets horrifying.
Is it what is it? Just like social horror? Is that what it is?
They're on a ship, and there is like this strange glowing what they think is a comet watching them. So I am assuming there's going to be some sort of supernatural element. He just had a very bad trip with some opium, and he's like, this is not how opium trips are supposed to go, man. So
right on.
So I'm assuming that there is going to be some sort of social horror type thing. We had somebody try to commit suicide or jump off over the side of the ship because they were trying, or not necessarily, honestly. They were going after what this comet thing was showing them. So like, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of hard, like kind of weird and creepy, but it's not. I'm not horrified, and I want to be horrified. I'm reading, so I'm we're 31% in, and I'm like, I'm kind of bored.
There.
So we'll see how that goes. How did it go for y'all?
I finished the book. This one, I finished it, and it was average. The concept was fine. It was the execution. Pacing was not there. The magic was not woven in very well. And the what do you call? Like, yeah, the characters were like okay, but we were like supposed to believe that the main character was like one of those, like, think like Sadie or the female of the species, where it's one of those girls that's like not
super independent. Super independent, or
like kind of like rough on the edges, kind of. You know what I mean? Kind of that kind of thing, and like could be or can be like intense and all of those things. And it's like that was the vibe that we were getting at the end, but it wasn't really well
established throughout the plot.
Right. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like we're given that idea, but we're also presented at other times like a different
narrative.
I don't know how to yeah. It's
so basically what you're saying is the characterization felt inconsistent.
Yes. Yeah. I would say that is a thing. But the main thing would be just like the pacing and the magic not working.
I mean, like there is, like, I could see the opportunity with that.
Because it's like the younger sister was like being all weird and stuff, and then it's like the magic like kind of came in like reflecting the weirdness of the sister, which was fine, but I feel like it wasn't as like I wish the younger sister had been creepier and we had seen more of that, because I feel like that would have made the magic make more sense. But it was just like, oh, she's just a weird little sister. She's just weird, but not like something suspicious is going on here. Like, we didn't get that vibe. And then it was just like, oh, here's the magic and here's all the things. Like, it should have led into it a lot more. And that would have also built the plot more, because the beginning half, really, if not more, it was really just us following the, search for her sister. And it wasn't really fully following it because, of course, she wasn't involved or reading from her perspective. So we're all seeing all of this, through a lens of she's just kind of talking about how they're looking for her sister. And then, like, getting in trouble for going out and trying to look for her sister and then waiting for them to look for her, It was like kind of our wheels are spinning and nothing is happening. And we could have been getting more backstory or like maybe memories of her and her sister to like build the character and build the magic, and like more things about like how she'd been getting weirder and weirder closer to her disappearance, something like that. But it just, yeah.
So it wasn't one of those things where like she came back weird. It was she got weird and then she was gone.
Right. Yes, that is the thing. Well, she was already weird to begin with. But like they moved, and after they moved, she started being like slightly weirder. Like instead of building these little monster creatures that she would make for her like playing, she would like play and she would make these little monster creatures out of like felt or whatever. But then after they moved, she started using like mouse bones because her cat would bring back mice. Mice. I did not just say mouses.
No, you didn't do that at all.
But I heard nothing.
You were the cat would like bring back mice, and so like it was like slightly creepier, but like not that much.
Nice. Tone, did it match what we were told or led to believe would be going on in the story? Yeah.
Sometimes books are like too like so disjointed sometimes, and you're just like, this doesn't make sense with what you've already told me.
Right. It's like they did. It feels like it needed a couple more rounds of edits and like tweaking and like move some scenes around and stuff like that. Add in a few scenes, take out a few scenes, that kind of thing. So yeah.
All right, let's get through these comments real quick because I do need to get ready to go here in a moment. Purple team, you have managed to get like you are one view away from beating blue team right now. just to update everybody.
Blue.
I don't know that you're going to be able because red team is like so far ahead of y'all at this point in the life of this of the first 24 hours of these videos. But you know what? If we can beat blue team, I'll be happy. Let's see. Kyle did not finish the AL song because they let All Too Well 10-minute version play. That's funny. I was gonna say Brittany parenting is a whole lot of something. It is many somethings. True facts.
That's very true.
Waiting for this horror now to get horrifying. Then there are like I love a good like cerebral suspense, like psychiatric suspense is what is it? Psychological suspense novel. Like that's when you do that well, that's so much fun. But like I think that's what he's trying to do here, and I just don't care. Matt got to up to page 192 of Camp Damascus, 51 pages of Moonshot. Rope Crewman read one chapter of One Piece. Most of the time was spent with fun stuff like financial management and schedule managing. Blah. I did. I did at one point. I was like, you know what? If I take 5 minutes and clean my bathroom counter, I can get something checked off this list before I have to go. So I'm going to go do that now. And I did. Renee finished one chapter of The Ministry of Unladylike Activity. I know I can also. I also know when I can take all my future mini vacations. Nice. Hopefully, Y'allfest can be one of them. I need to see about doing that. Kay joined at the start, just not chatty, but I watched all of my color rec videos backwards order and finished several squares for the blanket I'm working on. It is very easy to watch them in backwards order because if you start with the purple one, it links to the blue one, which links to the green one, which links to the yellow and then the red one. So, yeah, I did do that. Correct spelling is Meese. Let's see. I read plenty of books where it's like they think they're doing 3D chess with their plot, and I'm over here thinking, no, you're playing checkers, sweetie. That's funny. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Before we go, everybody is linked down below in the description box, I think, except Bree. So let me go fix that real quick. Live. If you have been here since the beginning, you may need to refresh to be able to see Bree's channel, but everyone else is linked in the description box currently, and we're going to get Bree Bear set in there. McKay. Oh, that's not how we spell bear. Why did it stop doing the @ thingy? There you are. There we go. All right, you are in there now as well. Is there anything y'all want to shout out on your channel before we go? I know, Brittany, you just had a video go up.
I did, and I have sprints on Tuesday night.
Yay! Bree, is there anything on your channel that you're doing?
I will be doing a couple videos this week, getting those out and up since I'm a smidge behind. So I'll be catching up on videos there, and then I think I'm going to continue doing sprints on Thursdays, or at least maybe every other Thursday, depending, because I might have something else like that is every other coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me.
Okay. Nice. I have obviously the color recommendations videos if you would like to go watch them. There's also, if you're interested, there are more sprints linked down below in the description box, including, I went ahead and linked the Boozy Book Club sprints that are going to be happening here in about an hour and 45 minutes on Cal's channel. So if you are looking for more sprints later this afternoon, go ahead and check those out. That is all I've got. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later when we will talk about more word